Hey faves, what's up, what's good? Today's video is sponsored by this company called Morichy Hair. They were kind enough to send me this 14-inch closure wig, and it's in the texture curly. This is how the inside is looking, and I will be showing you guys how I bleach my knots and customize my wig. So the wig came looking really nice and knots are small, so it was very easy to bleach. So you're going to need your mixing pan and your brush. It's white because I use it all the time. I use the 40 volume developer and the basic white. Okay, so when I'm customizing my closures, I like to use a scoop and just a little bit of the powder, and with the 40 volume developer I just measure it with my eyes. I have no measurements for this. I just mix it and I don't make it too runny or too powdery, so it should have like toothpaste consistency, and then your brush should be able to stand on its own without falling down. That's when you know the mixture is good. Okay, so when applying the mixture, you want to make sure that there are no loose hairs on the lace, because that will get bleached. So you want to just comb all the hairs back, and then I turn the wig inside out, and I always start by applying the mixture to the back of the lace first, because the knots in the front are usually smaller, so the smaller knots bleach more quickly than the bigger knots, so you always want to start from the back. Also, when you're applying this mixture, do not press it in, do it very lightly, because you want to bleach only the knots. You don't want the mixture to get on the hair and then you have orange roots. We don't want that. Okay, so after applying that, I let it sit for a minute, but I'm just showing you guys the shampoo that I use to tone my knots. It's Shimmer Light, and when you use that, it allows your knot to be toned, so your scalp won't be looking orange, because we don't have orange scalps. Okay, so this is the wig after I washed it and everything. I'm showing you guys the tweezer that I like to use. It is a slanted one, and it just makes the process goes by very fast for me, so that's why I enjoy using that one. So I'm beginning to prep this wig. I use my hot comb to comb the hair back, just so I can see the hairline properly and know what I'm working with. So that's the first step I do when I'm going to customize my wigs. After looking at the hairline, I always go in with my rat tail comb and section off the very first lining of the hair, which is usually like your baby hairs, but you don't want to pluck those out, so you separate them from the parts of the hair that you're going to pluck. So I did that to both sides. So right here I'm just showing you guys how I hold my tweezer to do the plucking, and I find that this way works easier for me. And also, whenever I am plucking my wigs, I like to do it in a center part, so I have equal amount of plucking on each side. So whenever I'm plucking, I do go really quickly, and that's just because I do this for real. I always pluck my wigs, so I'm so used to it that I can do it really fast now. But if you're a beginner, I would advise you to take your time with this, because you can poke holes into your lace, and that will cause your lace to rip and it won't last as long. So I advise you guys to take your time. Also guys, whenever you're plucking, do not stay in one section for too long. You can always go back whenever you comb the hair through and check your work, but if you stay in one part of the lace, frontal or closure, for a very long time, you can create bald spots and you won't be able to put the hair back in. So just take your time, skip some sections, comb through to see the progress, and yeah, you'll be fine. So as you guys can see, there are some little dents in the hairline. It's not going straight across anymore, and that's what you want, because if you have it just going straight across, it's gonna look very wiggy. So don't do that. Make sure you pluck your wigs and skip a few sections. So after I get done with the behind the hairline, I always go back to the front and pluck, skip, pluck, skip, pluck, skip, and it helps me to create that jagged effect in the hairline so it looks as realistic as possible. Remember not to stay in one spot for too long because you will poke holes in your lace or you can create bald spots in the hairline. Okay, so I like to check my work. So right now I'm using a little bit of my hair wax and I'm going to add that to the hairline so I can see how it looks nice and sleek. And then I'm going to go in with my hot comb and just press that out. I really love to do this because you get to see how the wig is going to look on your head when it's actually laid. And it shows you if you need to pluck some more or whatever you plucked is good enough, and I think this is good enough for a closure. If it was a frontal, I would pluck some more, but it compared to the other side that is unplucked, it looks really, really good. Okay, so right now I'm just going in to create some edges. That's what I like to do after I pluck my hairline. I like to position some hair where I want my edges to be laid. So that's what I'm doing right now. Then I went ahead and plucked the other side of the wig the same exact way I did the first side. So you guys can just watch. But this wig is super nice, you guys. The curls are beautiful. The hair is super duper soft. I got no shedding except for the hairs that I plucked out of it. So if you're interested in this wig, I will have the links in the description box down below so you guys can cop this wig for yourself. And I really do recommend it because this wig is super nice and super full. Alright, you guys, so this is how it's looking after everything is plucked and everything is laid. It looks really nice and natural. I like to get it as flat as I can on my mannequin head, so whenever I put it on my head I don't have to press that hot comb against my actual head so much. So yeah, this is how the hair is looking. I really love it. The hair is lovely. I'm going to show you how the hair looks after I install it, but I will be doing an installation video, so you guys have to look out for that. But this is the end result and I'll see you in the next part.